What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday watch list. I want to jump right into this video here and just kind of show you the overview of the market and my top picks for this week. So with that being said, let's go ahead, cue the intro.
I've been getting dirty money.
Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I'm putting out at least one video a week, giving you guys absolutely free content that's gonna help you guys, whether it's long-term, short-term, just in finance and everything like that. So with that being said, let's jump back to the video. Okay guys, this week, again, we're coming off of a short week with Good Friday and Happy Easter for you guys that are seeing this on Easter. While you're doing that, I'm doing this for you guys so you guys can kind of see my top picks. Again, guys, I don't risk a lot of money per trade. I just want to make sure you guys are understanding why I'm picking these. And a lot of this is a mixture between financials and technical analysis. I'm looking at the overall picture and the overall market. So the first thing we're going to pull up here is ES and NQ. These are futures. If you don't know, they open on Sunday nights. These are things that I really kind of want to look at, and I always want to know. So, as you guys can see, we have been in a falling territory here for NQ. And if we go up here to ES, which is the S&P 500, we're kind of in the same situation. We did get a dead bounce, it looks like, and then we're starting to fall back over. So, again, that's just something to be aware of. On Thursday, we did continue to sell off, but that's not why you guys are here. Let's go ahead and get you guys into the watch list here. So I'm going to start with kind of the lowest price stocks that pretty much anybody will be able to at least grab a share of, or couple shares. I'm not going to be trading options on any of these realistically unless I'm trying to hedge on it. But why? I just don't want to. If anything, I would rather short, hold the equity, and have less risk. That's what I'm doing on these trades, especially in a market where it can go either way. We really do not know the exact where the market's going, and I think that's an important thing. Is I'm not telling you guys that the market's going to go bullish, if it's going to go completely bearish, but we are in a situation in the world where it's kind of unknown where we are at with the war going on and the oil prices and everything else. So I kind of want to show you where I'm at. The market is kind of falling, and the one thing I want to point out in this is a lot of times when the market gives out, especially something like SPY. So let's go on ahead and look at SPY, why it's bouncing, or why it's dead cat bouncing and going back down, is because tech is going to lead the way down every single time because they are a majority of the market now, whether it's Meta, Facebook, all those. You're going to see that those are on my list, and I want to talk about those today. BOTZ, Global X FDS, Robotics. I'm short on this one as of, I think it was last Wednesday. I do think that there is more room to fall below and at least hit this low again. I do not know how far this one's going to go. I have a stop loss out there because I am short on it, and my stop loss is around 27.5. So if we're really going to put a point on it here, I want to go ahead and get my thing out here. And I am not shorting using TD Ameritrade because if you guys have ever shorted using TD Ameritrade, it's not very good. And I just put that at 26.5. That was the wrong spot. 27.5. That's my bad. Give it room to breathe, guys. Otherwise, I would already be stopped out. But right in here, it's good enough. That's the gap right there that I'm looking at. I will be short. I think I'm slightly up on this play. I don't think it's too late to enter either. So Uber, this one actually, I would rather be short on this one as well. Not only do you have it below 100 moving average, 50 moving average, and a 200 moving average, I even believe on this play, but the overall market, and this is going to fall into that tech sector. I think that this could be a short. So if you have $100 or something that you want to gamble, you want to have a lottery play, and you want to buy puts on it or something, or if you want to short a couple shares, I think this is one that you can definitely short on it. And again, don't be trying to make 10, 20% on it. If you can just make 1 to 2% on it and get out of it, be happy with that. And again, we're sticking in the tech sector here. Snapchat. We've had a lot of news around Twitter and things like that. I'm not going to put Twitter on this watch list because I'm not going to play it with any of the hype going around. Now, with that being said, we are going to play Snapchat. I do think that this is a solid short. I think that we are going to see it back in here in the low 30s. I think it's going to hit 30 at least again. At least come down here and test it. I don't know about this 24.32 down in here at that low, but I do think it's a solid play down here at least around 30, and that allows you to make $3 per share on that short. Now again, I have some plays that aren't just shorts, but these are just where I'm at. Again, we talked about that. The NASDAQ is fading down here. Let me click this one back up here. This is the NASDAQ right here, and we have just been selling off over probably since December, since that high. We stayed up a little bit and got to the end of the year, and ever since then we've just been selling off. So that is something to always be watching out for. So let's go on to our next one, Intel. So here is my play on Intel. Why I would be short on Intel. Well, overall graph is very bearish. Overall market is starting to point bearish. And all these chip makers and everything, Intel is a chip maker. So if anybody should be doing absolutely well, it should be Intel. They should still be making really, really good money. And I'm not saying that this isn't a bad dip buy or something like that. I just think as the market continues, and they got other companies trying to get market share as well. NVIDIA is down as well. And we're going to talk about them in a minute. But it's continuing to slide, and I'm not about to play anything long when we're on a consistent slide. That's just my style. That's how I've always played. Again, I like to say that I only pick winners. Verizon. Verizon is actually a long play. This is technically a communications play and kind of a technology play, but it's more of a communications for sure. I don't even have Verizon services, but I do actually like this company. They've done very well. They've got good cash flow. They're doing a lot of good things on this one. Otherwise, Warren Buffett would not invest into this company. I do think that you could buy this one in your long-term accounts, honestly, right now, and probably hold it for quite a while. That's just my play on this one. And then we're going to go to SIG. So Signet Jewelers, why I like this one as a long play possibly. Again, we are going downwards. I'm not saying I would want to buy in right now at the $77.55 or $80 range. I think if we can get back up and stay up on this one, it's going to be a solid play, because if the market does fall, like everybody seems to think it's going to, well, I mean, if you're a Signet Jewelry company, you probably own gold, you probably own diamonds and things like that are hard assets. You're going to be all right, because you can still sell gold and silver and things like that during that time. There's always a market for it. Again, this is not one of my favorite plays. It's probably not one that I would sink really any money into. Maybe a fun play. PayPal here. PayPal, I would hate to say this, I have used PayPal for years. I have ran PayPal businesses and stuff like that. I've still used them today to collect payments from businesses. I would be short. I would be short. Again, this is another tech company. And again, I'm going to keep referencing this. Let me look over here. I got my bigger screen over here. The NASDAQ, guys. The NASDAQ is by far, and we can drag this out of here just so we can get a bigger picture of it. Maybe it's not going to let me now. The NASDAQ is continuing to fall. And that's where my thought process is here with this. Again, they're very tech heavy. So PayPal, I'm not long on that one. I'm actually short on that one. I think that one is, depending on what the options look like, would be a good option to actually short on this one. And we're about halfway through here. CVS, actually, a company that actually just hit a 52-week high. I think you could actually probably get ready to short this play, to be 100% honest with you. I think you're going to see it come back down into here, into the 96 area, and allow for a nice solid. It may push back up, but this company is obviously a brick and mortar company and stuff like that. You guys have all been to a CVS pharmacy. They're very good. They make money, obviously, but not my favorite play here, but something that I would definitely keep on my watch list to watch, especially if you're in a long-term account and you guys like CVS because they are a dividend play. Something I would watch out for. Maybe I'd be limiting my position here. Zoom, I still think Zoom's a short. I know that there's a lot of COVID things and pandemic things like that going around in China and things like that. I'm still not sold on Zoom. Again, Zoom had a ton of revenue growth during COVID because of the lockdown. I don't think we're going back to lockdown. I don't think a lot of businesses can afford it. I think that this one still continues to trend downwards. I do not know where the bottom is on this one at all. Roku, another one. Again, guys, you guys get the trend. There's a lot of tech plays in this. I'm not a fan of tech right now. I would not be buying. And the biggest thing is when the market goes, tech seems to be the first thing that just absolutely slides and gets killed. Again, I know because I've owned Apple when it slid, and that's a rough day to look at your portfolio. Roku, I'm still looking short on this one as well. Very solid downtrend. Can't even get above the 50-day moving average. So, not looking at that one either. Spotify. Now, this is a play that I'm a little biased on. And when I say biased, it's because I don't like the platform. I own an iPhone, and I've never used Spotify. The only time I've ever used Spotify is when they didn't have the podcast app on my MacBook, which was forever ago. And I don't use Spotify anymore at all. I don't like the platform. Maybe if you're an Android user, it's different. And they're getting rid of they're not getting rid of Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan's been in a lot of talks with a lot of other people from what I've been hearing. And other people are trying to get Joe Rogan on and not filter him. I think filtering Joe Rogan was a huge hit for Spotify, and I don't think that it's going to help them whatsoever. I do think that this is going to continue to downtrend. I do think you see it near this low again. GLD, actually a play that I like a lot. Again, this is a ETF just for gold, basically. It's a gold trust. I do like that this one will go back up. I've made actually a lot of money on options on this play in the past, picking up $30 options and watching them go to $500 to $1,000. Not something that I would be banking on in this play, but you did just have that high of 193, came all the way back down, and you're kind of trending back up. I do think that this is a solid play that you could hold for a while to get you back up, or swing trade, or even, just skip a little bit or skim a little bit off the top. ADSK, Autodesk. I'm not going to be 100% honest with you. I don't know this company, but this chart is god-awful on a daily chart. I would be short, and it fits my criteria for my shorts and everything else that I've ever done on technical analysis. So this one jumped out, and I wanted to add it in. I would be short on this one. Again, if you're going to play options, buy time. What I mean by that is don't go buy a week out option. Go buy a 3-month out option and allow it to play. Buy out of the money, not so far out of the money you can't ever make money, but buy some options that are going to give you possibilities. Again, maybe buy a $180 option. Maybe a little bit more expensive, but that's where that's at. FB, or Meta Platforms, also known as Facebook. Facebook has been taking a lot of gruel. It's really not been good. I would be short on Facebook. I think this is one of those plays that the options are so liquidable. You could definitely buy some options for $185 for 2-3 months out, and you can really bank on this play. That's just my opinion here. And again, NVDA, it's another chip play. I think that they're going to continue to go down as well. You got the moving averages falling as well. They've already crossed. You got every oscillator that I've looked at when technical analysis pointing downwards. I do think that you're going to get a break here, and I think it's going to break this here, and you're just going to see it go further. Again, guys, this is only my opinion. This is my watch list. This is things that I'm looking at. Another tech play, Microsoft. This is a great long-term hold. I would not be buying it right now for my long-term account. I think I would wait for it to get wrecked more. At least down here, down to this 269 again, and then look to possibly add some shares in the long term, but not something that I'm looking forever hold here. SPY, I'm not going to touch that one. Google actually is my last play here. Now, they have a split coming up in June or July. I cannot remember the exact date. I do think that Google is an absolutely fantastic company. The only problem is like I've been saying throughout this whole video, is they are a tech company. They are 100% big tech, and it could hurt them here in the next couple of months if tech really gets destroyed and the market takes a turn. So with that being said, I would not be long. Now this one that you could probably find a really far out of the money option on Google, buy it and probably hold it. And this one may actually pay off pretty nicely. That's probably what I'll do on this play on Monday, depending on how the market opens up on Monday. But banks right now, not doing good. Got awful earnings. Know what your play is. Again, Google, PayPal. I think those are my 2 plays right now for shorts. Even though PayPal did just hit that low, I'm still looking to short as well. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys all for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.